Hello guys, welcome back to a new video. In today's video we have got very important topic to discuss, that is related to one of the experiments of the botany, the basic botany, the plants botany, and that is the Engelman's experiment. In the previous video we have been talking about the Priestley's experiment and the engine house experiment. They were also very basic and important, and if you haven't checked out those videos, do check them out. While in today's video discussing the Engelman's experiment, while the Engelman experiment, the name is clear, this is some sort of scientist name, and the scientist Engelman performed this experiment, and by his name we have got the name Engelman's experiment. What he did was that he took he took uh, he took some algae. Sorry, he took some algae. Algae, and that algae was photosynthetic algae, and uh, that were photosynthetic algae, and that were cladopora, right? They were cladopora, and they were green photosynthetic algae, as you can see over here. You've got green photosynthetic algae. That was the first thing, and in this picture you can see that they were green photosynthetic algae. There is a clear picture of it as well. And what furthermore the Engelman did was that he placed this inside a suspension, or he just splitted a light for prism. The light from here a beam of light is coming, and it just gets into the prism, and prism splits it into different colors, and here the light is. And what he did was that he placed some aerobic or oxygenating bacteria. And what are oxygenating bacteria? That are the one which survive on oxygen, like uh, you know they take in oxygen, they do survive on oxygen. So of course that is the reason that the aerobic bacteria, once they are get into this aqueous medium wherever the algae are placed, so these bacteria, you can see over here, this is a bunch, this is bacteria, this is bacteria, this is bacteria, this is bacteria, right? So these will gather at the places where the this, as I said, that this is photosynthetic algae. So they are releasing oxygen. So these are releasing oxygen, while the oxygenating bacteria are surviving on oxygen. So they will gather at the places where oxygen is present. This is common sense. And in result, what got happened is this. I've got another picture for you guys for this. Here you can see that uh, this was the lens, like this was the you know this was alga. And what got happened is this. There was a variation. First it got increased, then mid, then increased. Again the down, it was increased at the sides, middle it was down, and again increased. What was the reason behind that? Now when it was analyzed, it was found that the peak was for uh, you know the 430 nanometer and 670 nanometer 670 nanometer 670 nanometer. This is the uh, approximate value, and 430 nanometer. On this point, uh, the bacteria got gathered. Like here there was a bunch of bacteria at 430 nanometer, 430 nanometer, 30 nanometer, and on here there was also a bunch, and here was 670, and here was also a large amount of bacteria present. Now this means that at these positions oxygen is more oxygen is more being released over here, oxygen is being more released over here, and being released more into outside, right? Here is another picture, and uh, here you can see the again same thing. There we have got the filament of alga, and we have got the aerobic bacteria. Now you can see there is a constant variation. There is a constant variation. you can see simply here, there's a variation. There's an increase then decrease, somewhere point over here it has got its peak, and here it will be 430 nanometer, 430 nanometer, and at this peak we will get 670 nanometer, 670 nanometer. This was a concept, like this means that this was action spectrum, the first action spectrum determined. Like it was discovered that at 430 nanometer and 670 nanometer the photosynthesis rate is very very high. This was the conclusion. This was proved in furthermore experiments which were carried out later on, that this was true statement, that at 430 nanometer and 470 nanometer uh, the photosynthesis rate it is max. And this is how it works. Furthermore, when we're getting more into other spectrums, so we'll be getting more clear about why this thing happened, why only 670 nanometer, why only 430 nanometer. Hopefully in our upcoming video uh, we'll discussing the reason behind all this. But this was an experiment which proved that uh, the photosynthetic rate is higher, because what is the reason? Oxygen is being released higher in this amount. Oxygen is being released high in this place and at this place. Why only this place? Hopefully we'll understand when we take later on lectures, because that is based on the scientific concepts. So meet you guys in the next video. Till that, goodbye.